And welcome to the post-game show. I'm the coach, Dick Cox, joined by Carlos Smith. Well, Carlos, we knew it was going to happen sooner or later. The streak is over. The Hornets were able to withstand a furious rally by the Knicks in the fourth quarter as they came from 20 down to take the lead. But Kemba Walker, with 4 seconds to go, penetrates, lays one up over Stottlemyre at the buzzer, and it falls through, and the crowd goes wild.
Yeah, they finally broke ended the streak tonight, which is a good thing for those guys. But like you said, it came down to that last 5 to 7 minute stretch where they just have trouble for some reason. But at the end of the day, Kemba Walker made a game-winning layup and ended the streak for those guys.
You wonder, New York lives and dies by that three, and you had to know one of those runs was coming, because when they get hot like that and they start lighting it up, unfortunately it came in the fourth quarter and they were able to come back all the way back and take the lead.
Yeah, and like you say, those three-pointers really kept them in the game, and it's something the Hornets really been struggling with all season long. They only shot 22% tonight, but one thing that stuck out to me really was the points in the paint. They've made 52 points in the paint to New York's 30 points in the paint, and like just like the end of the game, Kemba got in the paint and made a game-winning layup. So I think even though they're not a good three-point shooting team, they really need to focus on getting some easy shots in the paint, and that's really how they'll win some more games.
Had a chance to talk to Tim Hardaway Jr. after the ball game. He was one that helped lead the comeback, hitting from three-point line in the fourth quarter there, and I asked him point blank. I said, y'all have to be aware that Charlotte has blown lead after lead after lead in the fourth quarter. Did that give you confidence? And he said, yes, it did. But he said, we've done the same thing too. We've been a team just like that, though. But it did give them confidence to come back and to take the lead. And, we heard, too, from Carmelo Anthony, who had 32 points, though. He's not taking any pride in moral victories tonight, but he said he had to feel good about the way his team came from 21 down to actually take the lead there, though. So this was two teams that had been struggling. One team is now 5-15, the other one's 4-17, but two teams that had similar seasons so far.
Yeah, both teams are still struggling right now, but good thing is they're in the Eastern Conference, and the Eastern Conference is not as strong as the West, and both teams still have a chance to get into the playoffs. Still a long way to go, but this was really a good win for Charlotte at home, and really needing to end this losing streak, because another loss really could have hurt those guys, but I'm glad they found a way to win. And for New York, they just got to keep on grinding and trying to figure out some way to get another win, because they almost had it tonight, but just came out a little bit short.
For the Hornets, again, huge. If they had to let this one get away, there's no telling what kind of effect this could have had on the season, because they're in a situation now where they're taking tomorrow off. They'll practice Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and they don't play again until Boston comes in here Wednesday, which is good. They're starting to get some practices in. They're starting to get used to playing each other, and I've seen over the past couple of games, I've seen an improvement in this team.
Yes, me too, and I really like what these guys are doing, and one good thing for him was Gerald Henderson stepped it up tonight, 22 points, but he's been struggling all season long, but I'm glad he had his points tonight. We really can't depend on him, but I really think that Lance Stevenson really has to be either at least the second best guy each night, because he has to get these guys involved with his points and rebounding and getting guys involved with his assists as well. So as long as he can be at least the second best guy on the team next to Al Jefferson, then I believe these guys can pull out some more wins like they did tonight.
Gerald Henderson, story of the game tonight, leading scorer, had 22 points tonight. This looked like retro night that Gerald Henderson from 3 and 4 years ago. He hits a key shot late in the game that was big, though. But, what he said after the game was that he had not been real aggressive this year. He's been pretty much, and he said that's why his play has been so poor. He said he likes to set the tone of his play by defense first and all. But tonight he came out looking like the Gerald Henderson of old, shooting the ball, knocking down shots, playing with confidence. If he plays like that, then, maybe they'll take him off the trading block if he can put this. But this looked like the Gerald Henderson that was a team leader 3 years ago, who took the big shots at the end of the game and all like that. Maybe, I know it's just one game, though, but if we could get him on track, man, beware.
Yeah, that's going to be the key. Like you said, is he going to be able to do it consistently? Just one game is not good enough for him. He's got to still be able to step it up and continue to do this for these guys, because the starters are not always going to be able to do this all the time. So sometimes you need an extra guy to come in and give you a push, and he was that guy tonight to lead the team in scoring. And then also, it was still good to have Gary Neal back. That also took some more pressure off those guys. So having him back and hopefully they can get some more guys healthy, this will really be good for those guys.
Again, Gary Neal comes back tonight with 13 points off the bench. He hit some big shots in the fourth quarter when they need him to, though. But that's got to be a big punch. If you get Gary Neal back and healthy, you get Gerald Henderson playing well, you get Kid Gilchrist back, then maybe this team can be the kind of team that we thought they could be. But, looking right here, they said out that Lance Stevenson is a stats eater right now, though. And looking at his stat line right now, he had 16 points tonight. He had 6 rebounds, which was second on the team again tonight, and he had 6 assists. So 16, 6, and 6, I'll take that. If he can give them that night in, night out, then he will more than do what I think that he was brought here to do.
Yeah, and Lance Stevenson, he's really going to be the key to the Hornets' success because he's so dynamic. He can score, rebound, assist, defend, and he's going to be the guy that I believe has to step his game up if these guys want to make a great push. But also, Kemba Walker, I still would like to see him get more assists than that, just 4 assists. I would like to see him have at least 7 to 8 assists for these guys, average 7 to 8 assists for these guys. But Lance Stevenson, it looks like he led the team in assists tonight. He's doing a really good job of that, and maybe one of the leading rebounders for the team. So he's just so dynamic that I believe he has to be that first or second best guy on the team each night for these guys to have a great chance of winning.
Hornets put 5 guys in double figures tonight. Gerald Henderson with 22. Next up was Al Jefferson with 16 points, 13 rebounds. Had a double-double. Lance Stevenson, 16 points. Kemba Walker only had 11, but got the big basket to win the game at the buzzer. And, again, Gary Neal with 13 big points off the bench right there. Again, leading rebounder tonight was Lance Stevenson. And, you look at the Knicks over here. You've got Carmelo Anthony had 32 points tonight. And then their next leading scorer was J.R. Smith with 14, Tim Hardaway 13. Nobody else in double figures for them.
Yeah, those starters, those guys got to find a way to get it done. It's got to be kind of frustrating for Carmelo Anthony. I'm pretty sure when he signed on with the Knicks again, he didn't expect it to be this way. But yeah, the starters, nobody else for the starting lineup got in double figures. But J.R. and Tim Hardaway Jr., those guys stepped it up for him. But the starters, they just got to find a way to get it done because it's a long season and Carmelo can't do it by himself. So I'm pretty sure they'll be one of the teams trying to make some moves and try to get some more help for Carmelo.
Yeah. It's only one win, but it's been 3 weeks since we had one, though, so we'll take it. We'll enjoy the weekend right now. So, Hornet fans, you can enjoy your weekend. The next game will be the Boston Celtics. And the Celtics, last report I had, were blowing the Lakers out tonight. I know you don't want to hear that. That's your team. But I think they were up by 20 over the Lakers in the fourth quarter right there, though. So, Boston is a team with a lot of pride and tradition, a lot of guys, that you don't hear a whole lot about, though. So it'll be another test here. But, the Hornets have a chance maybe to reverse and start a new streak going the other way. Maybe can string a couple of wins together, get the confidence back. They're playing some teams in the East and, maybe get back in this thing.
Yeah, hopefully some of the tougher teams in the league. Pretty sure they'll be contenders this year. Hopefully that made these guys get a little bit better. Believe that'll help these guys, but still, even though these next couple of games, these teams may not be as competitive, you still can't lay down for them and expect them to just roll over for you because these guys are going to come in and play hard and try to get a win as well. So Charlotte, they got to get some rest and get some more practice in and come out ready to go Wednesday night against Boston.
Well, you have been looking at the GQ team here today that I've already been told by the Vice President of Communications that I've got to wear the bow tie again on Wednesday night. Last year, one of the communication guys, Jerome, and I had bow tie night that we saw who had the best outfit, which I beat him every week. But and we strung together. I strung together about 7 wins in a row, a 7-game winning streak on bow ties with nights. Mm-hmm. So I've been told I have to wear a bow tie to the Boston game. So we will see what happens with that one. We may have to dig one back out there, though. He looks GQ every game. He's making me step my game up, though. But to be honest with you, we actually covered the ACC Awards Night and Legends Night, though, and we just came from there in time to catch the game. So don't expect to see this every game, although we might do it for a little while right now to see how the winning streak goes, though. But, again, big win tonight for the Hornets, 103-102, a basket at the buzzer by Kemba Walker. Hornet fans, relax and have a good weekend. Now we need to see if we can get the Panthers back on track right there. It's going to be a tough task. They got to go on the road and take on the Saints, though. But we kidded and we laughed that we were going to have a contest to see which Charlotte team could win first. Well, the Hornets stepped up and did their job.
Yeah, I'm glad, and it's a good thing the Hornets won first because they have so many more games than Carolina. They have to wait week to week. But now that they got to win, maybe we can see the Panthers win the game of Sunday against New Orleans. But, it's just something they kind of been struggling with this year. But I believe they got a chance. They got a 50-50 chance. So hopefully they can some of those guys can be a little bit healthy for the Carolina and they can find a way to win Sunday.
We'll be back next Wednesday night to bring you our post-game wrap-up on Cox Sports Broadcasting, the Coach's Corner. Until then, enjoy the win, everybody. As we know, sometimes it's a long time to get one. I'm going to enjoy this one, but I'm going to get greedy, and I'm looking for 2 in a row now.
Yes, sir. Me too. I'm hoping they can maybe win 2 or 3 in a row and keep going as long as they can.
He's Carlos Smith. I'm the coach, Dick Cox. Good night, everybody.